Oregon. It's a big game. It's a big game for both teams, Virtus.pro.
Milosh, 0-4 on ban predictions, and this is why he's now hosting our desk. Bless his heart and soul, everyone.
Shot out.
That's the third. The first one came down big tower and got shot out straight away.
BDS, they are looking pretty alive at the back. But Renshiro, he's not looking alive anymore, Des.
That's not tend to happen when a frag grenade lands in front of your face. The man goes down, out comes the Ying, the Candelas, springing into action, and so do VP, but Shaiko, the only one to find a frag in the ensuing debacle. Alems, another one, and like that, it seems this attack from Virtus.pro has been slowed down. Pasha finding one, Rafal's down on the ground, a 3 versus 2, and with control of the north side of the map and 30 seconds to play, they have got time to play with here, but you've got to be mindful of Bride, who's stuck between a rock and a hard place, whether he won that fight or not. The guys behind him were going to give him a bit of a headache. Milan finally put down. It's a 1 versus 2 for Alems. Can Virtus.pro take the first round in the final 15 seconds?
For all intents and purposes, Alems has got it all to do here. He finds angles through onto the man. That will be Rafal finished off. 8 seconds left to go, and VP, they've got to do something about this. They have managed to get the resuscitation off, so they are now 3 versus 1. Diffuser going down from Milan. Surely this is too much for Alems to do. He's just trying to peek. He's trying to pod and poke and just try and find any angle that he can. He moves around through the rotation, shut down by Pasha, and that's going to be a successful first attack for Virtus.pro, and that is a great start for them here against itself. We've got Bride in the most interesting position for me. He's been forced out of it by a drone there, and Shiro on the underneath manages to find WTG, and Virtus.pro, they could well find themselves answering questions here for why they did not clear out this bottom floor and how much it's going to damage them. There you go, surely Pasha should have had the kill there, but no, Shiro somehow slowly for Virtus.pro here, and we're starting to see why BDS don't necessarily always need to play with the heavy roam game with the flankers, because they will just win those gunfights. Shaiko ripping the man off the upside down rappel, and that
so far BDS do not look shaken. They've got 3 playing around pillar. They've got Bride still playing at the bottom of elbow. They've got a lot of tools. They see the drop. 1, 2 come through, but 2 big shots come through. Ras, Pasha and WTG. 3 headshots, 3 kills meal on the 4th, the 1 versus 5 for Bride. Something tells me as much a good a gunner as he might be, you don't. And in come Virtus.pro. If anyone could do it though, it's going to be Bride. Finds 1, finds 2, the man's on a mad streak already, can't go and get the final. Milan finding the kill, and Virtus.pro for the 2nd time this map win the basement site.
I've got to shout out. Might just move the defenders a little bit. The push is coming from Laundry, out come the smoke canisters. A lot of work to be done here. Kozheka starts to get that diffuser down. Toxic Babes will force him away. Damage onto Rafal. It's
no.
2 versus 4. The clock ticks away. BDS somehow hold. And BDS can just sit deep inside of sight and wait for them to push in. Pasha manages to get a double though, and that is Alems and Bride biting the bullet and finding themselves on the wrong end of Pasha. Shaiko, however, steps up, and Renshiro with a big play on the flank here. He knows that Pasha's inside of Attic. 2 versus 2. Zeka manages to find one, starts to put the diffuser down. It's unlikely he succeeds. Renshiro and Foul close it out, and that is what I'm saying about that final 30-40 second push onto top floor for WTG. He's having a great day on the entry there, and honestly I think that just came down to the speed and confidence of his movement, Des. He just got himself straight up there into dorms, and Shaiko just wasn't even prepared for being challenged 35-40 seconds into the round. Great second from WTG onto Alems, leaving us now 5 versus 3. Rafal, the final hope of the top floor, gets ripped out of his position by Milan, and that's going to leave us now 5 versus 2. It's all down to Renshiro and Bride.
Phenomenal effort coming out of VP. Another one from above. They've used the position against him. He had to play on the wrong side of the shield, got pushed from the north. Incredible stuff, and so much of it, as you say, coming off the back of WTG. Bride can do nothing to hold on solo there in the 1 versus 4. That is a beautiful response coming out of VP.
That I saw Ras getting out of that situation, and that was in a box, Des, because he just left himself in a difficult corner to battle out of, and only wasted about half of the round, so not one bit of it has been in the sight so far.
It's all been around it, and they forced Rafal's 2 frag grenades coming out. Rafal finding a second, even though he got held up.
TG knows here, the door's barricaded. As soon as he takes his shots, no, somehow Rafal is a aware of the presence of the man. Breedy finds a headshot onto Kajeka, and all of a sudden BDS, they just spin this round on its head, and they manage to get themselves into a position to get the diffuser down, which Breedy will do successfully. Milon shut down by the man after. It may well be that, you know, it doesn't really matter come the end of things, but Lems has got himself established inside of Attic and nearly managed to find himself a kill, but Rask is moving up the stairs. They're completely unaware. It's an absolute freebie for Rask, and Kajeka gets one to get involved as well. 3 versus 2, 13 seconds left to go. Breedy is in a position to potentially put the diffuser down, but he dips away from it. He knows he's got to take fights first. Goes into dorms through the Attic rotate, shut down surely as the man just swings side to side. WTG ultimately able to use the power of the shotgun to put the final man down.
15 seconds to push with, and that's when Virtus.pro spring a Rask flank on them, or something else, or in this case, a trade between Shaiko and Rask.
That final Toxic Babe canister to try and hold them back. Milon, Pasha, Kajeka, all from that rear stage area, Des, that they were unable to clear out because of a meeting hatch that couldn't be opened. Rask misses his opportunity there, nearly gets an absolute freebie onto Renshiro, who is now just a breath away from death. Shaiko finds the man in showers, shuts him down, headshot onto Kajeka. Breedy gets that diffuser down. It's all going to BDS. They just throw men at it, and they manage to find 4 for Shaiko. Could it be an ace? He needs one more. He needs Rask, who's looking to move himself into kitchen. 2 kills for him, and 24 seconds to find them to leave himself enough time to disable that activated diffuser. Now Shaiko, he's holding himself inside of security and surely knows that the man is in kitchen now. He's not going to make the challenge unless he absolutely has to. Rask, he's just trying to find anything that he can here. 10 seconds left to go. He needs to make a move.
Too late.
He's going to push through into meeting. Surely he can't do this. He takes shots at Shaiko. Will not find the man. This is all about whether Shaiko gets his ace or not now, to be honest. As the battle continues into security, Rask circles around on the pistol. Finds the man just about to end.
And here we go. It's about that buck I was mentioning earlier on. All the work done from small tower, sweeping its way across to open up keyholes and then start to assault into white. That's a great shot coming out of Lems.
Now Kajeka coming up to the top of Armory stairs there. Pasha very low health at the minute. He's just trying to do anything he can with his life. WTG finds a beautiful kill on the drop onto Lems, and in comes the shotgun and puts Breedy down. Shaiko finds a kill onto Rask. 2 versus 2 as he goes down. This is the Shaiko show right now. Rafal, he is but a side act in what has been Shaiko dominance over the last couple of rounds. Rafal goes to get the diffuser down, but he's upstairs. A lot of utility gone on elbow for a bunker push.
Here we go. Shaiko find the opening, looking to push through construction down towards elbow. Shot coming out from Rasted, takes the second in the round. The 2 big raid bosses gone in Lems and Shaiko. 4 versus 3, and VP should not be able to lose this ace.
Virtus just inside of the freezer there, but Breedy, he's got himself in a position to get the diffuser down. The Kaid could potentially think about the Nitro, but doesn't need to, as the triple kill comes in, and Virtus.pro, they keep fighting. They take us to overtime, and they say,
as the shield goes, they're constantly pressing, and Pasha is going to get the opener onto Rafal. A second from Kajeka comes in onto the big tower. 5 versus 3 with 50 seconds to play. Sure, it's a lot of time, but for Virtus.pro, having a numbers advantage like this and a stalled out BDS is the absolute dream.
It really is. 45 seconds left to go, and that man Shaiko is looking to push from rear stage. 2 big kills come in. Breedy and Renshiro, and this is exactly what you've said, Des. Every single member of this team is capable of these moments. Shaiko goes over the handrail, like he goes over the top rope and comes down with an elbow onto Kajeka to take him out of the round. 2 versus 1 now. It's all down to Rask, but he is a player that is equally capable of closing this out. He's got full health. He's looking to creep down, make any sort of impact he can from inside of supply. He sees one, he gets one, he gets 2! Rask with a massive clutch at the end of round 13 to put VP onto match point. And Virtus.pro, they have no choice. Out goes the Candela. WTG follows it in, gets 1. Surely can find a second. No, he misses his shots. It's 3 versus 2 though, as Kajeka and Pasha find theirs.
They've got all the way through. Breedy still holding him a ting out. They've got to push in. They've got to go aggressive. Find the 1. Can they get the next? Rafal finds 2. It's a 1 versus 1. Finds the last. How does this happen? Time and time again. 3K from Rafal. We're going to 15.
What is happening in this?
Smart, by the way. It looks like a weird one. It's because they thought there'd be a player, which I assume there would be as well. Surprised there wasn't. A player from BDS playing on the bottom white window. That's another great shot coming in. Rask goes down before Pasha trades back.
Rask's giving himself away a little one. Surely he's poised for BDS to take a monumental victory.
Absolutely. Final 30 seconds, and there's the spray down. Shaiko, he's doing it again. 2K in the round. Karjeka down. Pasha as well. Milan swings one back, but can he hold off against 3? Alems to the left. Does he know? No, he doesn't. Alems gets the closing kill. He found the 2, but this one goes the way of BDS.
Look at that. You can see Renshiro just jumping up out of his seat there. It shows exactly how much this victory means to BDS, not just in terms of the standings, not just in terms of the major qualification, but in terms of the effort that they've just poured into the server there, Des, and that it has taken everything they had to get that victory over Virtus.pro.
What a phenomenal game we have just bore witness to. That is an absolute gift.